Hi, this is Kevin Graham with KGNOW. We're out in Orange County, Centinela Park, Santa Ana, California, this Saturday, March 24th. A beautiful day, bright sunny day. This morning, March for Our Lives was in Los Angeles with over 10,000 people. Now we're in Orange County for a 2 o'clock special, and definitely a couple thousand people. We'll see how big it gets.
It was a bit of an interesting event. I decided to come out here. I'm actually a little bit on the other side of the fence, but it was interesting to talk to people and see where their viewpoints are. I think there's a lot of misinformation that goes around, and two things I would just like to clear up for a couple people really quick. There are very specific definitions when it comes to firearms. Assault rifles in particular are designated as something that has selective fire, so it's safe, semi, and fully automatic, which are not really obtainable by civilians. Secondly, a high-capacity magazine is anything above standard. A standard capacity for many firearms is anywhere from 15, 17, all the way up to 30, so anything above that is a high capacity. But changing the definitions to fit the political narrative, I think, is a little bit misinformation, and it's just a little bit dishonest. So I think we need to just get together, have an open, honest discussion, and really just throw aside the anger, throw aside the fuel, and just come together and find a solution that really works, because what's not going to work is stripping away the rights of millions and millions of Americans across the country.
Yep. And I think that's really interesting, because we did hear a lot of emotion from the platforms today, and it was very interesting that a number of the speakers, students, felt that they were strong for the Second Amendment, which is nice, and yet they still wanted reform. Is there a way to get both ends met?
There's a way to get both ends met. What the solution is, I couldn't exactly give it to you. The reason being is that there are so many other loopholes to go through. Like, for example, if we wanted to look into the mental health of an individual, it violates a lot of privacy laws. If we wanted to restrict certain types of guns, it's only a matter of time before the restrictions get tighter and tighter and tighter, and then eventually we don't have a Second Amendment anymore. Personally, myself and a lot of other gun owners included, we truly believe that the 10 amendments to the Constitution were designed as safeguards against one another. And the most important thing to understand is that the Constitution does not give you and I the right. It recognizes the rights that we have. So it recognizes that we have a freedom of speech that cannot be infringed upon. It recognizes that we have the right to bear arms that should not and cannot be infringed upon. It also recognizes that we are protected against the government to not have our property searched and seized. And that is part of also why the Second Amendment must be protected, because the Fifth is a safeguard against the Second, the safeguard against the Second is the First Amendment. The fact that we're able to have this conversation, I think it's the greatest thing in the country. You know, we're the last bastion of true freedom of speech in the entire world. And the only way that that is going to be stripped of us is if our firearms are also stripped of us.
KGWOW, remarkable video for business growth. KGNOW, insightful non-political news stories. KGPOW, sizzling reviews that pop, pop, pop. KGHOW, modern empowerment in seconds. And KGBOW, spiritual content for love and aspiration. Check out the KGWOW family of brands now.